Anthony Edwards got a tall task ahead of him. His Minnesota Timberwolves got the champs in their building. The Target Center, the guest for the Warriors. And boy, was the chef and company putting on a show early. It's Curry for three. More on him in a second. But how about the former Warrior, D'Angelo Russell, with a three of his own? Back to the chef. It's Curry putting the moves. Oh boy, on McDaniels. Curry. He's made so many three-pointers, it feels like, from that exact spot. And then Curry finding other spots. Warriors up 9 at the half, third quarter. The Ant-Man, AE, shows some of that beautiful athleticism and grown man strength. And then Russell, 3 of his 29 points. How about Naz Reid, who's been phenomenal since Karl-Anthony Towns has went down, taking advantage of the opportunity. His three-pointer puts the T-Wolves up 2, under 2 minutes to go. Curry responding with a deuce of his 29 points. We're tied at 110, 4.5 seconds to go. T-Wolves get a chance. D'Lo trying to bury his former team, but that out of the timeout play call starts in the backcourt. It leads to a tough shot from D'Lo. It's no good, and we would go to overtime in the extra period. Beautiful move from Edwards. He had 27 points. Edwards just doing his thing. You know he's Mr. Somehow, Some Way for his team. He'll make a play. Edwards killing the Warriors' hopes of winning a road game. And when he wasn't doing it, it was Naz Reid. Naz cleaning up his own mess and putting the Warriors away for good. Reid had 24 points and 13 rebounds. You saw a couple of those points, and you saw that big rebound. And it's the T-Wolves beating the Warriors by 5 in OT. Tough loss for the Golden State Warriors against the Boston Celtics in an NBA Finals rematch. But they're at the end of their 5-game road trip, and it's in Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. No Steph Curry, no Klay Thompson, no Draymond Green, no Andrew Wiggins, but there was a Jordan Poole in this matchup with the Cavs, and he was effective. So was Jonathan Kuminga. Welcome back to that Warriors rotation. He knocks down the 3. No Donovan Mitchell for Cleveland. Y'all just gave these fans in Ohio anything, huh? Garland knocks down the 3. We're still in the second, and Jordan Poole is still going to work. How about that? Three-pointer. Jordan led everybody in scoring with 32 points. Steph looking on. Poole in the third. Wet money for 3 again. And he wasn't alone. Jonathan Kuminga's going to find Dante DiVincenzo for 3. And then Ty Jerome's going to find Kuminga for 3. And since everybody's in the giving of moods after the holidays, it's Kuminga returning the favor to Ty Jerome for 3. Warriors, 23 of 43 from the three-point line with all the snipers out of the lineup, really, or the 2 big ones. They're still knocking down threes effectively. Cleveland's going to make a game of this. Garland had 31 points to lead the Cavs in scoring. They're still down 10. Jordan Poole slicing and dicing his way to the cup and ending up with a bucket. Evan Mobley with a grown man deuce. And then Mobley to Garland, who finds LeVert for 3. 3 of his 22 points. It's just a 5-point game. But when it's winning time, how about Ty Jerome? His best output as a Warrior. 23 points for Ty. Warriors go 3-2 on his road trips. Better than what they've been doing. They get the 120-114 shorthanded win over the Cavs. Steph Curry had some interesting comments about load management, which obviously continues to be a talking point in the league. He said, I usually campaign to play every game. He said, that's the misconception about load management and how it goes. It's never the player that is usually saying, hey, I want to sit out. So for all those people that are worried about that part of our league, it's usually not the player that is going to the training staff and saying, hey, I don't have it tonight. It's usually the other way around. There's a lot of science involved. Now, this comes after, and we've talked about this on the platform before, the Warriors, a couple weeks back, they sat everybody on their only trip to Cleveland this year. No Curry, no Draymond, no Klay, no Wiggins. Their head coach, Steve Kerr, said this. He said, what makes the most sense is cutting back to maybe a 72-game schedule, take 10 games off, and get more time to rest in between. I think you'll get buy-in from the teams to play their guys more often. People pay a lot of money to watch their stars play, but we know a lot more about the body. We have a lot of more information about how to prevent injuries. Every team has got medical people advising us to sit out stars about 10 games a year. So I was very critical of Steve when he said his original comments after the Cleveland game, because I didn't read this part of it, but he was kind of along the lines of, I'm frustrated with the fans as well. I was like, yo, you the one that's had your players. But again, Steve's saying this is a business, and his job is to win a championship. And if that means sitting his guys, what do you say, about once every 10 games, sitting his guys out, if I'm not mistaken, right before that Cavalier game, the Warriors had played a really tight game in Boston against the Celtics, a team that they met in the finals. Obviously, that's a barometer stick for them. The Cavaliers in that game were without Donovan Mitchell as well. I get it. I really do get it. I promise you I do. But in the reality, we got to do something. I went to a Lakers game last year. Now, I'm a 28-year-old grown man. I've seen LeBron play live. I'm doing okay for myself. I can afford tickets to another Laker game, right? Like I can afford tickets to go on the road to see LeBron, whatever the case may be, right? I went to go see the Lakers last year in Atlanta at State Farm, and LeBron didn't play, right? To me, it wasn't the fact that LeBron didn't play. It was the fact that he didn't even make the trip. It was like a year ago, right around this time a year ago, it was championship weekend in the NFL. Remember, the Los Angeles Rams were really good last year. They won a Super Bowl. LeBron, as the Lakers-Hawks game is tipping off, the State Farm Arena is packed, by the way. It's the LeBron and the Lakers. It's going to be packed, right? LeBron is tweeting as the tip-off is about to take place. And at the time, we didn't even know if Anthony Davis was going to play, because you never really know if Anthony Davis is going to play. We're getting ready to, again, keep in mind, when you buy a ticket to go see the Lakers play, that ticket price doesn't come at a discount if LeBron doesn't play. You don't get a refund back for about $75 if LeBron doesn't play, right? And again, that would be very difficult. But do keep in mind, right? Like if you're on Ticketmaster going to watch or go to a show, a opera, if you're going to watch a Beyonce concert, Beyonce's going to be there. If Beyonce is not there at a Beyonce concert, you are getting your money back, period. End of story, right? Obviously, professional sports are different. It's not even the same, but where does that really put the consumer, I guess, is the question. I'm not doing this video to dig at the NBA. Y'all know I love the NBA. I love my job. I love my life. But there is a reality to this. When I was at that State Farm Arena game and I'm seeing LeBron tweet, what bothered me wasn't myself. I'm in this arena with all these kids. It was right around, this time of year. So, a lot of these kids, I'm assuming, they got Christmas gifts of watching, of tickets to see LeBron play. It's the favorite person ever. I'm a Kobe guy. I know how important it was for me as a kid to see that in the Pyramid. I'm from Memphis. At the time, it was the Pyramid. Now they got the FedEx Forum, obviously. You could literally buy $5 tickets in the Pyramid and kind of work your way down back in the day. That meant everything to a young bull like me. I come from the hood. Seeing Kobe Bryant in person, Shaquille O'Neal, are you kidding me? Wait, they're real? They're not just on television? They're real people? For LeBron not to make the trip, it really bothered me. To stay back, that one bothered me. And that's where I kind of lied, right? If LeBron can't play, is there anything we could do for about 100 fans, 2,000 fans? How can we balance this out? Can we get an autograph signing? But then again, that probably ain't the fairest to LeBron, right? Like, how can we figure this thing out to give the fans the best experience? How can we have some of these kids not feel so bad when they go home? Man, there are kids that could care less who won that game between the Hawks and the Lakers. Had they saw LeBron for 5 minutes play basketball, that would have been it. That would have been it, right? I guess just the fan experience to me is kind of where I'm at. Like, how do we make this better for the fans? And I've always gotten upset at the fact that when you look at that Warriors-Cavaliers game, it wasn't the fact that they just sat out Steph. Why do y'all have to sit out all the stars at once? Can we not do one here, one there? And the biggest slap in the face is, which I previously said, they sat Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Okay, these are guys all in their 30s, champions a few times over. They played a lot of finals minutes. I get that, right? Andrew Wiggins is not that. And he was just coming off an injury like a game or two before. To sit Andrew Wiggins in Cleveland, he is an all-star, by the way, technically, reigning all-star. That was a slap in the face to that fan, to that Cleveland fan out there. That was a slap in the face. And Steve Kerr doesn't deserve a pass for that. You can get up there and say all the good stuff you want to. You can placate to the fans. He's really good at that. But I'm not giving Steve nor any coach out there that decides to sit multiple top starting guys in the same game. He sat 4 starters in one game. You bring up science. Steph, Steve, y'all bring up science. Y'all bring up staffs. Y'all have enough of a staff to work around sitting guys not on the same day. I mean, can you think about the fan, the consumer, that is the reason why this league is as successful as it is? Can you think about them a little bit?